Greetings, punks, goths, metalheads, herberts, herbetters, Martians and subterranean folk and cosmic groovers. How you all doing? My name's John and this is the Health Anarchist channel. Well, since the last video it's just been rain all the time. I nearly didn't come out today, but the forecast cleared a bit and it looks like I've got a little window to get out in this afternoon. So I've come up to Tintwistle in Derbyshire and today we're going to be doing the reservoir walk. So let's get going. Yeah! So I think it's been about a year and a half since I've done this walk, and I just fancied getting out today. I was going to come here the other week, but it was school holidays, so I give it a miss. So if you live in the Greater Manchester or the High Peak area of Derbyshire, this is a really nice walk. It's like pretty much flat. There are uphill bits, but it's mainly flat. And it's right out in the countryside, so it's really nice. And I highly recommend it. The great thing about this walk is you can make it as long or as short as you want. The reservoirs go on in a massive chain towards Sheffield from here. But at any point you can like cross at one of the reservoirs and make your way back. So that's the beauty of this walk. So in Manchester, we're actually really lucky because we're surrounded by countryside all around us. The sad fact is, not a lot of people are even aware of that. And, you know, you can really take advantage of it by getting out there and getting some green space, especially if you've got a family. Bring your kids out, bring your family out into the countryside and start them off with a love of walking early on. So it's a really fascinating area around here. There's lots of tales of the devil in folklores. There's a devil's bridge, the devil's elbow, and there's a tale of a doctor being chased by the devil on a doctor's gate in Glossop on horseback, and you know, is really fleeing on this horse trying to escape the devil. And it's also the area of the famous Longdendale lights. Mysterious, strange lights that just appear in the valley with no easy explanation. I've actually seen them once. I was at the pub, the Bull's Head, and from the car park there we could see these lights, and it was just like illuminating the whole valley, only for a second or so at a time, but very bright, sort of cool bluish tinged white. And yeah, a mysterious area, and it's a lovely natural area to walk into. The Longdendale lights are a long-running unexplained phenomenon of mysterious, often coloured lights and ghostly apparitions that haunt the desolate Longdendale Valley and Bleaklow area in the Peak District. Historically termed the Devil's Bonfires, these lights are reported as moving rapidly, hovering or illuminating the valley at night. So I really needed this walk badly today. I mean, like I was saying, the last time you would have seen me I was out and it was a dry day, but it's just been rain since then and it's been hard getting out, so I'm really making the most of it this afternoon. And so far I'm really enjoying absorbing all the green nature, being near the water and just relaxing. It's amazing how much you miss it when you don't get out. So we're actually near the Woodhead Pass as well. This series of reservoirs, it goes alongside the Woodhead Pass, which goes from Manchester to Sheffield. As well as being a nice walk by the water, it's also a fairly rural walk at times. And at one point it veers off into the countryside a bit. So this reservoir we've just done here, this is Bottoms Reservoir. Over on the other side here, this is Vale House Reservoir. And it was a bit iffy if it was going to rain, but it's made quite an interesting sky and reflections anyway. So some walks are busy with dog walkers. I know myself because I used to have 2 dogs. But if you ever struggling with anxiety and you just want to be away from people, I will say that when you're walking out in green spaces in the countryside, most people are really nice. I'd say 99% of people are really nice you meet. And so I hope that puts some of you at ease who are maybe feeling a bit anxious and nervous about going out walking.
There's lots of interesting things that I notice on walks. When you've got time to think about things and notice things. On this walk, I'm really enjoying the way the green moss covers the old stone walls. This wouldn't happen in a city, it'd be cleaned off from the steel and glass buildings. But out here, it's allowed to exist, and that's nice.
So if any of you have anxiety issues or depression like myself, then one of the good things to know is walking and exercises releases endorphins, which are great for your mood, and vitamin D just being out in daylight, even if it's a bit weak the sun at this time of year. So another reason that walking outdoors is great is it gives you a sense of achievement. If you plan on doing a walk and you complete it, even if it's a short walk, it gives you a sense of achievement. And similar to a sense of achievement, it gives you that confidence that you can go outside. Even if you're starting off in little steps going outdoors because of anxiety or depression, it's sort of, the more you do it, the more it gives you confidence that you can go outdoors and you'll be okay, and even better than okay sometimes. So as I was saying a minute ago, that most people are really friendly on walks. I did just go past one person and I went to say hello and just like looked down at his feet, but I don't think it's because he was unfriendly as such. I think he just looked at me with the green dreads and the way I'm dressed and thought I'm some kind of bogeyman. But probably more fear of me than, you know, anything nasty. So I know it's pretty crazy to believe in this day and age in 2026, but there's still people who are not used to people dressed like me, and people sometimes dress a lot more extreme. There's a few sections of society that are just sort of, they've never encountered it, or you know, they never mix with people who are alternative in their social circles for various reasons. So we're coming up to the only real hill of the walk, really. It's a fairly short section of uphill, perhaps 200 or 300 yards. But besides that, it's mainly flat. But I always like to add if there's hill bits these days, because, you know, something that's easy to you, someone else might really struggle with, and I totally get that. I've had injuries and stuff in the past where I've struggled with steep bits, and in the past I've actually described walks sometimes as being easy when, you know, someone else has tried it and found it quite difficult. So I always try and be as honest as I can these days. So we're just coming into quite a rural area now, near a farm. Now I bet these farmers have seen some interesting sights over the years with all the supernatural activity and the Longdendale lights there right in the middle of it.
A little story that I'd like to share with you is the infamous Longdendale slug story about a giant slug. At the time, a Mr. John Davies had lived in the Longdendale Valley for most of his life, and often tells the story of a weird encounter he had one night at the Devil's Elbow. He remembers riding home on his motorbike from Manchester late on a clear moonlit night. As he rounded a bend in the road, he felt an overwhelming urge to stop. He became aware of an odd gravelly, gritty noise, and to his amazement, he saw a huge creature emerge from the reservoir and slide across the road in front of him. It was like a massive black slug sliding across the road and up to more, its head just like a whale and a white eye with a black pupil going round and round. The beast disappeared and Mr. Davies got off his motorbike.
So there we've got a lovely view of Vale House Reservoir where I've just walked. If we turn over onto this side, next reservoir up is Rhodeswood, but I don't think we're going that far today because of time. It's actually getting on quite late now, so we're going to head over and turn back, maybe go through the woods. The Goth moth drone was struggling in the wind. Nice to see some daffodils coming through. Spring is on the way now. So there was a slight risk of rain today, but at the end of the day I had to chance it. I've got a poncho anyway in my pack, so, but you know, if you you'd never get out if you didn't take some chances with the weather. And to all you viewers, thanks to everyone who subscribed recently, really means a lot to me. Cheers. And for all you guys who've been with me for a while now, cheers for your continued support. It's really appreciated. So I do occasionally bump into people who watch my channel. Bumped into a couple of people today, and it's really interesting because I come from Manchester. The only stuff I know about this area is what I've learnt and researched myself, but people who've lived around here for years, they know a lot more, and the guy was telling me about some really cool areas to explore. So hopefully I'll be going there in the coming warmer months. I'm only hoping, because we've had such a wet winter, we're going to get a really mild, nice spring. Hopefully most of the rain has happened already, but we shall see. At least the reservoirs are really full, as you've probably noticed today. I came around this area last year and in the summer, and they were so depleted. I've never seen them as depleted. So we've got a lovely section of woodland as we're drawing towards the end of this walk, and it's really nice just touching base with nature and absorbing some of the energy from the trees, which I always find really calming and relaxing. Looks like someone's made a bit of a bushcraft shelter there. Would have been a lot more leafy and coverage in the warmer months, but not a bad place. Now that's got to be the best bench in the area to sit. So we're coming to the end of the video now. I hope you enjoyed today's walk. If you did enjoy it, please consider giving us a like and a subscribe. It really helps grow the channel. And until the next video, don't forget, be different, stay weird, stay free. Bye now.